Hello and welcome to a very special Squirrel recruiting episode. If you've played this game before, you may be very familiar with this little side quest. There are 5 squirrels total and only Mukumuku is a Star of Destiny, so the others are just recruited for fun. Collect them all and you get an awesome unite attack that kills enemies instantly. It even works on bosses too. It's a small chance though, it's more like 3% or something like that. If you don't get Mukumuku, you can recruit him here on the path between Green Hill and the Muse border. Note that I've already accidentally recruited Makumaku off camera. He was just so eager one day to join us as I was trading. He can be recruited on the path between Green Hill and Two River City. Mikumiku joins between Green Hill and the Forest Village path. Mekumeku from Green Hill to the Forest path, aka the Matilda border. And Mokumoku in the little peninsula of land among the sea of trees beneath the forest village. There are a lot of myths, rumors, and speculations on how to properly recruit these guys and gal, so my goal is to sort the fact from the fiction. The video is set up to recruit using 3 main methods to show which is the most efficient, if it even works at all. Before I begin, I want to give credit to Lord Smappy, V-Shadow, and Suikoden as good references for the base of my research. Check them out, and be sure to tell them I sent you, okay? So some of these rumors that I've come across raise a couple questions. 1. Do you have to be alone? 2. Is there just one spot that you can sit in? Or is it based on movement? And 3. If you leave the map, does it reset your progress? Well, shall we begin? Method number 1. For my first run through, I'm alone and running back and forth in the recruiting area. This one took the most dedication. After an hour plus or so, it came through like a charm. Guaranteed squirrels. This is the method laid out in the guide, being alone and traveling back and forth in the area until you get them. Since this method is already known to work, I used it as a sort of control group to see how well it compared to the other methods, efficiency-wise. So that begs the question, do we have to be alone like the official guide and so many forums online state? Well, let's go to method number 2. Method number 2. Dashing back and forth on the pass, I put Stallion in my party to speed things along. Lo and behold, the squirrels just come pouring in on my first try. I get the rest of them within 15 minutes. So what's the secret to this technique then? Turns out Stallion has nothing to do with the squirrels joining. The faster the movement itself plays no part in what I was doing in the last method. Then what's causing the squirrels to join so fast? The key is how the game is programmed. The game checks to see if a certain criteria is met and produces a certain random number as a sort of lottery to decide if the game should give you a squirrel after a certain interval of time. Admittedly, I don't know the specifics on what it checks because I can't break down and read the code as well as others can, but this, at a basic level, is what the program does. So if we can manipulate the random number generator, or RNG, then we can more efficiently gain squirrels. In V-Shadow's video, he shows getting the squirrels in under 10 minutes, and does this by running the same path as we did in the last method. The difference is what he does next to mess with our RNG in our favor. He simply leaves the map and comes back in. What this does is reset the random number generator, and we'll have a better chance of hitting the number we need for the code to give us the squirrel. Think of it like a bingo number. Rather than taking one number and waiting for it to be called, which could happen right away, or it could take forever. You can change the number over and over and fast enough until you nail the number they're calling. So this method not only debunks the myth that you have to be alone, but it also gives you a super fast way to get them all. But what if you stand still? Method number 3. For this test, I put Stallion away and I went back to being by myself since we already know this works based on our control test. For this test, I go to the spot that Lord Smappy points out that are in the Japanese guide to show the precise area where the squirrels are supposed to show up. Rumors float around saying that you don't even have to move for the RNG to hit the number you need. You just need to take a step forward after waiting a long time to transfer the flag that was triggered that the game will give you the squirrel to the game putting that squirrel in your inventory. Now I could not duplicate this exactly as described where I'd wait a long time and take just one step, but I did test in 3 separate intervals, 1 minute, 10 minutes, and 3 hours. Actually, I did a 24-hour one, but it turned out I did it on the wrong save file. You know, the save file where I recruited all of them already. So I was wasting a bunch of time running around the map when I already recruited them. And what I found in these 3 intervals were consistent across the board. This method just doesn't work. I'd wait in the spot for a while, take a few steps, and nothing. Really, the 3-hour test was a 2-hour test of waiting and then another 45 minutes of running around. I couldn't get it in one consistent frame. I ended up having to leave and come back, only for the squirrel to show up minutes later. So overall, getting the squirrels is a fun little side quest if it doesn't drag out. The back and forth between towns and resetting the random number generator to work in our favor is definitely the fastest method I came across. I want to hear your fastest times, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps, and I will see you next time.